Tonight, the final NHL teams, 2, 4, 6, 8, make their final quest at the Stanley Cup. 4 of them will be eliminated and become one step closer to winning it all. Who do I think is going to go on to round 3 in their respective conference finals? And who's going to be heading golfing after round 2? Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Cameron Simpson. Hopefully you're having a great Tuesday. NHL is back. Happy Tuesday, NHL playoffs day. So we're going to get into all of that. Right now we have all the games on tap. I have done some research and ready to make my best pick based on the facts, based on all of it, and we're going to get to that right away. But before we do that, I want to talk about round 1 a little bit. Those of you in round 2, I do live stream. Okay, live streaming is back in action on this YouTube channel. So if you're watching this video, stay tuned for an NHL live stream because throughout round 1, I've done opinion shows on live stream. I want to do a Kahoot game eventually on there too. So get on those live streams. That is where the majority of round 2 coverage is going to be. On a live stream, I might do games on Friday nights. Be on the channel because I will be live across YouTube Saturday night. I'll be live across YouTube, so be ready for that. We will be live on all the platforms, all the big ones, on all those evenings. So be ready for that. In case you can't watch your live stream for whatever reason, you don't really want to watch a live stream for whatever reason, that's fine. You don't have to. That's you. But they will all be posted. If they have real information, they'll be posted again for you to go watch. But that's kind of where I've been putting a lot of my round 1 opinions. I thought round 1 was some good hockey. We saw a lot of game 7s, which is a big plus. You gotta love that game 7. Those hard-fought series. I thought that was fun to watch. We saw some teams throw it all out on the line, even better to watch. So we've seen some fun stuff so far in these series. I like it. I can definitely get a little more of that here in round 2, and I think we have potential for that. These playoffs have been great, and hopefully they keep delivering on the action. So that's kind of my thoughts there. I thought officiating was the only little downfall, in my opinion. It was officiating was the one downfall. I thought they called a little too much of some ticky-tacky penalties. I talked about that as well. So anyway, let's get into this round 2. This is going to be a fun round 2. And let's start where I know you all want to start. Let's start there. The Battle of Alberta. Yup, the Battle of Alberta. Everyone wants to see it. It is one of the most hyped up matchups of round 2. Actually, the most hyped up matchup in round 2. The Battle of Alberta. Going at it in Canada. Cannot wait to see this. Canadian fans are hyped up about this one. I can't imagine that you can't be. This is what the NHL needs this. And the NHL wants this. This is huge for them. Great marketing. The Battle of Alberta going down. I don't even know. Does it start tonight? It might start tonight. Or it might be tomorrow night. It's one of the two. But it's the Battle of Alberta. Cannot wait to see the Canadian teams beating and banging it out for a spot in the finals. And this is great. I think every fan wants to see a Battle of Alberta. I think every fan, even if you're a Dallas Stars fan, I think you kind of wanted to see this. And we did see it. So let's take a look at some of the points here. Rivals is the #1 key point I can put here. And home ice is going to the Oilers. That could be big. You know, we didn't really see between these two teams home ice advantage being such a big deal as we saw in the Boston-Carolina series where home ice mattered. But you never know when you're dealing with these Canadian teams. The fans are going to be into it. The fans are going to be really there. Oilers' home ice advantage could be a factor in the series. I hope home ice is a factor. I like seeing that aspect again. We haven't seen home ice be a factor in these playoffs in a while, but I like seeing that. Power play, 22.9% for Calgary, 26.0% for the Oilers. They're third in the league, the Oilers are, in the power play. And they're been able to prove that they can knock in a couple PP goals. You know, they've been able to do that. So If you're Calgary, you're going to want to use your 83.2% penalty kill, which is 6th in the league, versus their 79.4%, which is 17th in the league. So you got a better penalty kill. Use your penalty kill and, go after their power play. So I think those kind of balance each other out. There's not really something there. Oilers goaltending has been okay, and decent goaltending by Calgary in Game 7. Let's hope that momentum continues. Their goaltend was good in that Game 7. Their goaltender stood on his head. 1 day off for Calgary, 2 days off for the Oilers. They've had more time off. And I talked about the Oilers being that team that should, and they have the team to go out and win a Stanley Cup. They should be able to win one, right? Wrong. They should be able to go wrong. Calgary is the better team. On paper, Oilers are the better team. But in reality, it's Calgary. They've had the better season. They're the better team. They're the team that's going to win out in 7 games. The Battle of Alberta is going 7. These two teams are very even, but it's going to be Calgary that takes it there. So from the Battle of Alberta, let's head to the Battle of Florida. And in that, we have Tampa and Panthers. I think it was something like 20-something years, maybe longer, 30, 40 years, where there hasn't been a Florida team knocking another Florida team out. And then last season, I think the bubble year too, now we're 3 years in a row where a Florida team's going to knock another Florida team out. That's a crazy statistic to think about that. In the head-to-head, Tampa is 2-2-0 against Florida, and Florida's 2-1-1 against Tampa. So when we look at some stats here, power play is 24.4% for the Tampa Bay. That's 5th in the league. 23.9% is 8th in the league for Florida. So pretty steady on that. Penalty kill is 80.6% for the Panthers and 79.5% for the Lightning, which is 16th and 11th in the league. So Panthers outrun them there in the penalty kill. They've had a better penalty kill. The Panthers are also, in my opinion, ready. They're a faster team than Tampa. Tampa's going to have a run for their money here. I feel like Florida learned a lot in that Washington series, being able to win that overtime goal, take them in Game 6. They've had a little bit more rest than Tampa. Tampa went 7 against Toronto, which was a hard-fought series where Tampa let some goals. They let some stuff go. I mean, look at Game 1 in that series where Toronto blew them out. That didn't happen again. But we also know that Tampa's drive to win is out of their minds, Tampa's got a drive to win, and after they lose, they want to win. Another big thing here is Point. Point is questionable to go tonight. We don't know if Point's going to be out, and if he's not out, that is a killer for this team. It is a killer, killer, killer. You need Point. Point's a guy that delivers for this team, so it will kill them. And they're saying Point's likely out for the start of the series. So, I mean, look, I'm no expert, obviously, but if he's out, that's killer. And if he's not in, another key factor on the other side, though, is Bobrovsky has his worst save percentage versus the Lightning. He's been pulled in the last 2 playoff games against the Lightning. So their star goalie, he's got a tough go at it when it comes to facing this team. And so that's, all right, obviously a factor. Goaltending's got to be there. And when your goalie has his worst save percentage versus the Lightning, he's been pulled not the last two, but he's been pulled twice in the last playoffs against the Lightning. That's not good. You need solid goaltending back there. That's the backbone of the team. When the goalie falls out, your team falls out. So he's the backbone of that Florida Panthers team. So that concerns me a little bit. Obviously, knowing the way they've gone in the past, I don't see them losing. I see Florida having a better series here. I feel like they'll give Tampa a run. Tampa's a good team. They're a solid squad, a good hockey club, but in my opinion, it's the Panthers that are going to roll through them. It's going to be a tight-fought series. I just said that one goes 7. I'm not shocked if this one goes 7. 6 or 7 in this game. This is going to be a long, hard-fought series. Battle of Florida, what about the Battle of the American West? Because the two Western American teams are the Blues and the Avs. The Avalanche coming off of a sweep against Nashville. They had a ton of rest. They have been resting, and that's either really good or maybe a disadvantage. You never know what these rest days, if this is an advantage or a disadvantage. Where the Blues went Game 7, they only had, I think, a day or 2 of rest coming off of a hard-fought series against the Wild, which disappointed. I expected the Wild to be in the slot. The Blues are 1-2-0 in the head-to-head. Avs are 2-1-0. We look at the power play here. The Blues are only 24.0%. Avs are 27%. In the penalty kill, the Avs win again. The Blues are 79.7%. And the Blues are 79.7%. The Avs are 84.4%. Big key factors in this game, and big key factors in the series is the return of Jordan Binnington. Jordan Binnington being back is a big plus for this team, potentially. The last time he played, believe it or not, before these playoffs, was back in Game 7 in 2017 when they beat the Bruins. So that's crazy to me to see him back in. Or is it 2019? It wasn't 7. Did I say 17? I think it was 19 that happened. Or it was one of those years. They get lost back there. But anyway, that was where it was, and that's where that series was, and that's the last time we saw Binnington out. You know what Binnington did in these 3 games he's played in the playoffs? He's had 5 goals on 88 shots. He's got a .943 save percentage. He is playing amazing out there right now, and he's delivering what he needs. He's playing great. He's a key factor for this Blues team, one that has just been thrown in recently. On the other side of the ice, obviously, Nathan MacKinnon, arguably the second best player in the NHL, depending on where you go. But one of the best defensemen in the league is definitely Makar, and that, to me, is a huge factor there. They have one of the best offensive players and one of the best defensemen in the league that will be able to do great work. Obviously, when that team's healthy, they have been. They ran through teams. They ran through Nashville. Honestly, I'm not shocked if they run through the Blues. I don't know. The Blues obviously got through the Wild, but this is a whole different game. It's going to be a much faster pace. Binnington playing great. If he keeps playing great, they got a chance. But I see this one going 5-6 in the Avalanche's favor. I see this being not a close series. I think the Avalanche have this one. So if you can keep up with my battles, since we had the Battle of Alberta, I thought to do a battle for everyone. So now we go to the Battle of the Mid-Atlantic. The Hurricanes facing off against the Rangers. What 2 series these teams are coming off of, both coming off of Game 7s, both coming off of hard-fought series. Hurricanes had 3 days of rest, Rangers with 2, both went 7. The key factors, I'm looking at some key factors in this series, and there's a lot of them to discuss, but one of them for the Hurricanes, obviously, is home ice advantage. And I believe the Hurricanes do not have it. Actually, the Hurricanes might have home ice. Let me do a little research here, because the Hurricanes might have home ice. If they do, that is a key factor in this series. The Canes have home ice. That's a key part in this series. With them in the last series winning it all, I don't know if you guys listened to the Spit and Chicklets podcast or on the TNT broadcast, Biz pointed out he's got a buddy, he's got guys saying that they don't think that the Hurricanes can lose in the playoffs at home. He wouldn't be shocked to see that. Honestly, that atmosphere in there, I wouldn't be shocked to hear that either. I read an article, the Hurricanes arena is slightly smaller than the rest of them, and they have a parking lot, they saying the fans are tailgating, the fans are getting into it right before the game, which most NHL arenas, there's not enough room. There's not enough room to do that. And PNC Bank, they're out there tailgating before the game, they're getting pumped up, they're getting in it, and that's huge. And home ice, that has been the key in the last series with the Hurricanes. Don't be shocked if it's a key here, but I think they have to get better on their road game. They weren't able to beat Boston in the road game, and they were a significantly better team. And not being able to beat Boston on the road, the Rangers should take advantage of that and win on the at home. But will they be able to win on the road is a key. And last time this matchup came together, the Rangers got swept by the Canes in the bubble. Something to think about. Now, the Rangers are a totally different team now, but it's something that, is in the back of the mind. On the head-to-head, Hurricanes got a 3-1, Rangers 1-3 in the head-to-head against these guys in these matchups. Hurricanes' power play is lackluster, 22.0%, 13th in the league, while the Rangers is 25.2%, 4th in the league. The penalty kill, though, this is when the penalty kill will kill opponents. 88%, first in the league for the Hurricanes. And I thought the penalty kill was a little in the Bruins series. It wasn't as impressive as I thought. But they do have a decent penalty kill, that's for sure. And while the penalty kill on the other side is 82.3%, 7th in the league, it's solid, but not first in the league. And so that's kind of neat to be in that situation. Now, this is where I found interested, and I want to think of what you guys think. Will Ronta stay, or will Anderson return? And Ranta was the key for the Hurricanes winning that series. Even though he got a little hurt there, he missed Game 3 after that injury in Game 2. Ranta delivered. Ranta played great. Ranta is still playing great. And Anderson is scheduled to return potentially in this series. Rod Windemore has got a great decision on his mind. Do I bring Anderson in or do I keep Ranta? And if I'm being honest here, I'm keeping Ranta. Ronta's been good for your team. You just pull a guy like that until he loses. Until he loses a game by a lot, or until he proves that he doesn't deserve that slot. I'm keeping him in. Ronta's played great. Anderson's a wild card. He's been out. I mean, sure, he's working, and I know he's good. He's their all-star goalie. But he's got a tough decision on his mind. Do we keep the young buck in, or do we put a new guy in? We saw that similar situation happened in Pittsburgh, where they had a goalie run them through the whole round, these whole playoffs. They threw their goalie in. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I don't know why. Game 7, he was there. He played good, so it's the risk you got to take. Rangers, I'm sorry. This is a different series than the Pittsburgh one. You need to be a lot quicker. Speed, speed, speed. That's going to be the key in the series for the Rangers. So if they can't deliver that speed that they need, I'm looking at the Rangers to take a big L on this series. They need to be faster. And the Ranta decision is a big one. For this, I am going to pick the Hurricanes to win this series in 5 or 6. I don't know if it's going to be a close one. I think the Rangers are going to get the doors blown off by this very fast, very skilled overall team. They don't have 3-4 guys that are great or skilled. They don't have that one line. They have an overall good hockey club. So I would not be shocked to see the Rangers get their doors blown off by this team. A big wake-up call. They're going to have to deliver on it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think about my predictions for the games. If you agree, disagree, let me know down in the comments below. They're up. The playoffs. Enjoy them. I'm Cameron Simpson. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.